There's no business like show business, like no business I know. Everything about it is appealing. Everything that traffic will allow. Nowhere could you get that happy feeling when you are stealing that extra bow. There's no people like show people. They smile when they are low. Yesterday they told you you would not go far. That night you open and there you are. Next day on your dressing room they hung a star. Let's go on with the show. There's no people like show people. They smile when they are low. Even with the turkey that you know will fold, you may be stranded out in the cold. Still you wouldn't trade it for a sack of gold. Let's go on with the show. Let's go on with the show.
Wow. Hi, everybody. Well, so thank you, everybody, for joining. Welcome to the 10th anniversary celebration of Broadway Cafe. I'm very excited to be here tonight. I'm Brandon Schwartz.
I'm David Noel.
And it's really, really great to be here with all of you. So what you just saw was an amazing opening number featuring just a few of the amazing hosts and some of the people that have helped make Broadway Cafe possible over the last 10 years. So thank you to everybody who took part in that. I'm very excited to show a whole kind of slew of songs tonight featuring everybody who helps to make this event so special all the time. So
listening, this is making me so happy. I agree with you, Angela. I am so stoked. Sorry, up to you, Brandon.
No worries. So just before we go any further, I do just want to acknowledge, even though we're here gathering in virtual space today, we are all coming to you from a physical space, from our homes, which is situated on the traditional territory of the Kanien'kehá:ka people. And the land that the Siegel Center is on was a diplomatic meeting place with other Iroquois and Algonquins, including the Algonquin Anishinaabe, the Atikamekw, and Huron-Wendat First Nations. The Siegel Center believes in the importance of land acknowledgements like this one to raise awareness of Indigenous presence and land rights, as well as building better relationships with Indigenous people and communities. So if you're in North America, I encourage you to visit native-land.ca, and you can learn more about the original caretakers of the land where you live. So thank you. Okay, so David, why don't you, for those people who have tuned in, who maybe haven't been to a Broadway Cafe before, don't even know what it is exactly that we're celebrating tonight, let's give a bit of a description of what this event even is.
So the way I see Broadway Cafe is karaoke, but better in a way. I mean, no, own it. It is. I love karaoke. I'm a huge karaoke fan. But what's fun about Broadway Cafe is it's an opportunity for the musical theater community and the community, the Montreal community at large, to get together and sing musical theater songs. And so what's great about Broadway Cafe and what I love about it is that we always have a live pianist with us, and they just sight read whatever song you want to sing, play it. And it's a supportive environment, and I just love it.
Yeah, it's really an amazing event. And so we are here tonight celebrating the 10th anniversary of that event. So it's baffling to me that it's been 10 years since it started. I haven't even been going for the full 10 years. We'll get a little bit into that later. So obviously tonight's a little bit different.
Really?
Yeah, it's unfortunately, obviously, due to the pandemic that's going on right now, we had to come up with a different way of doing this thing. We had to unfortunately cancel the last 3 Broadway Cafes of the season. At this point, I think in the last 4 or 5 years, there have been like between 6, I think around 6 Broadway Cafes per season, which is really amazing. We unfortunately couldn't do the last few of them this year. So we wanted to figure out a way to celebrate this community that's grown over the last 10 years. We were planning on doing that live. It was supposed to be on May 9th. The season closer for this year was supposed to kind of wrap up and be an amazing celebration of the 10 years. So we wanted to still figure out a way to do that. So the way that tonight is different is that basically almost a month ago, I feel like at this point, we reached out to the community and we said, here's a bunch of songs that are pretty popular at Broadway Cafe that we feel like people know, and here are some karaoke tracks. And we had anybody who wanted to from the Broadway Cafe community and beyond really send in videos, and we pieced them all together so that we could still some way have people kind of gather and sing together some of these amazing show tunes that we all love. So that's most of what you're going to see tonight is these videos. I learned how to edit videos specifically for this.
Yeah, Brendan asked me if I could edit, and I just went away. I just ran. But good. He learned.
Yeah, I spent some time, and so I can't promise perfect quality. We didn't obviously plan who's singing what parts or anything like that. I just wanted to make sure that we could represent as many people as possible. So it's actually pretty amazing. Throughout the course of this evening, you're going to see over 50 people from the Broadway Cafe community in some shape or form singing these songs. So I'm very, very excited to get this thing going.
I'm so excited. I've been just all day just thinking about this. So yeah, thanks Brandon for going at it and editing, because I haven't seen everything. I got to see a little sneak peek, and I think I'm pretty happy with what we have in store.
Yeah, I should say that first video was not. I didn't edit that. That is a little level up from what I was able to throw together. That video was edited by Andrew Scriver. So thank you to him for putting that one together, that opening number. But we will get going with our first song of the night. And this one's pretty exciting because it's actually it was the most popular song of the night. I think we got 17 people in just this one number. So this is a good first one to start off with from The Little Mermaid. This is Part of Your World.
Look at this stuff, isn't it neat? Wouldn't you think my collection's complete? Wouldn't you think I'm the girl who has everything?
Look at this trove, treasures untold. How many wonders can one cavern hold?
Looking around here, you think, sure, she's got everything. I've got gadgets and gizmos aplenty. I've got who-sits and what's-its galore. You want thingamabobs? I've got 20. But who cares? No big deal. I want more. I want to be where the people are.
I wanna see them dancing, walking around on those. Flipping your fins, you don't get too far.
Legs are required for jumping, dancing, strolling along down the, what's that word again? Street. Up where they walk, up where they run, up where they stay all day in the sun. Wandering free, wish I could be part of that world. What would I give if I could live out of these waters? What would I pay to spend a day or months? Rich mothers, they understand, but don't reprimand their daughters. Bright young women, sick of swimming, ready to stand, ready to know what the people know. Ask my questions and get some answers. What's a fire and why does it? What's the word? Burn. When's it my turn? Wouldn't I love to explore that shore above? Out on the sea.
Amazing.
We got props at the beginning and costume at the end.
I know. I love it.
I'm so happy.
Yeah, some people, I mean, really went above and beyond. I loved watching all of these performances, but some people really got super creative with it. I want to shout out Tiana Malone, who was the very first person you saw in that performance. She did it from where she's now working. So she, I don't really know the full story, but she is a therapist and was asked during the pandemic to kind of move into helping with PPE. And so she's been really in the trenches working. And so it was a really fitting kind of song for her. And so she sent in that video, and I want to just shout her out because she's been doing some really great work. And everybody, thank you for submitting for that song. It was a really great one.
Wow. And I'm so happy that because Brandon thought about the song, and
yeah,
I was like, I don't know if it's going to work. And like, it's the song that was the most popular. So I have to work on not being skeptical anymore. But anyway, I'm happy.
Yeah, that was it. That was by far the most popular of the night. But why don't we just keep moving right into the next one? Also pretty popular. This one is from Mamma Mia, the appropriately titled Mamma Mia.
Here I go again, my, how can I resist you? Mamma Mia, does it show again? My, just how much I miss you.
Yes, I've been broken hearted, blue since the day we parted. Why did I ever let you go? Mamma Mia, now I really know why I should not have let you go.
Look at me now, will I ever learn? I don't know how, but I suddenly lose control. There's a fire within my soul.
Just one look and I can hear about him. One more look and I forget everything. Whoa,
Mamma Mia, here I go again. My, how can I resist you? Mamma Mia,
does it show again? My, just how much I miss you.
yes, I've been broken hearted, blue since the day we parted. Why did I ever let you go?
Mamma Mia, here I go again. My, how can I resist you?
Mamma Mia, it's a game we play. Bye, does it mean forever? Mamma Mia, here I go again. My, how can I resist ya?
Mamma Mia, does it show again? My, just how much I miss you. Yes, I've been broken hearted, blue since the day we parted. Why did I ever let you go?
Mamma Mia,
now I really know. My, I should not have let you go.
Wow, amazing. That was so fun.
I love that musical. I don't know about you, but like,
don't-
it's a guilty pleasure for me.
I love all the music. I feel like I've only seen the movie. I don't feel like I've seen it live, which is too bad.
If there's one thing that will run, it's Phantom and Mamma Mia. Well, there's other musicals as well, but like,
Yeah, no, it's a pretty safe bet.
yes.
Yeah, thank you everybody for that one. That was super fun. Everybody dancing. I love being able to include all that super high energy. I loved it. Okay, so we mentioned a little earlier that a couple of this season's, including this very one, a couple of this season's Broadway cafes had to be canceled, unfortunately, and that includes the Diva edition that was supposed to happen a couple months ago, hosted by our friends Anton May and Abby Long. So we wanted to make sure that we could still get them some spotlight, and so we're going to do some live check-in with them. Let's bring Anton and Abby.
That's one. Ooh!
Oh, wow, look at the looks.
Oh, you guys look so great.
The looks.
Oh,
Divas.
We here.
How are you doing?
How we doing?
Yeah.
I can't see who we're talking to. I'm kidding. I'm great. How are you all doing?
I'm great. I'm super happy to be here.
Y'all looking scrumptious up in there.
Oh,
Y'all suits.
look who's talking. Look who's talking.
I'm looking who's
I like
talking
your
with you, Mr. David.
And he's wearing a bow tie.
Yes, the bow tie. I love the bow tie.
I'm good. I'm good.
I'm glad. So yeah, obviously this has been a tough time for theater, this whole pandemic, and for all of us who love and who work in the theater and who love it so much. So I wanted to check in with you and find out what you have been up to. What have you been working on? How have you been passing your time? Let's start with
Abby, where am I?
Abby, go first.
Abby, where?
Oh, okay. Well, I decided to, well, at first it was just checking in with friends because, you know, the importance of connecting, and we do have social media. I know it's sometimes an anxiety-inducing device, but it's also a wonderful window to each other, so we can wave through the window. But do you ever but yeah, but then I also started going live every Wednesday. So I play piano, sing some songs, and chat with people. Sometimes we touch on mental health and remembering that we're still very valuable as humans, even if we're not, you know, doing our specialties every day. And I've been going live. I took a break this week, but I did 12 weeks in a row, and I'll be back next Wednesday.
Work.
And there's the handle right there. Everybody can make sure that you follow Abby and tune in.
You better follow.
Wednesday nights, right, Abby?
Yes, Wednesdays at 8 p.m. on Facebook Live and on Instagram Live.
Amazing.
And my Instagram handle is Abby Long, and so do you. Like, I belong, and so do you.
That's me.
Love that.
I belong too.
And how about you, Anton? How are you doing?
Oh, I've been good, you know, besides my show getting canceled, Kinky Boots. I've been good. I've been working my job at a cafe at the Jewish General Hospital. I've been working since the pandemic started in lockdown. So I've been working every day. I'm a little tired, but, you know, I put on a look for y'all tonight. But I've been good. I've been, you know, writing a lot, meditating, you know, good things. I'm not being up to no naughty.
That's always good.
It's a good time.
I thought I
what
went
we like
David.
to hear.
I thought I went David.
One thing that I wanted to shout out is that every year, the Siegel Center and with Broadway Cafe, they'll announce who is hosting. And even though I knew I was going to do it, I had no idea who else was doing it. Like, I gotta say, Anton May and Abby Long, who I guess Mel thought of this, or whoever thought of this. Probably Mel has something to do with it. But
Yeah, probably Mel.
Duo,
Oh.
like in life, on stage. I'm all for it. So I'm so glad that you guys got to join us for this live check-in.
Yeah, and I am very excited to be able to say that we are. I mean, I know that Mel is planning that when we can resume Broadway Cafe and resume gathering, we are still planning on doing this Diva edition with you two. So
Who else?
Who else?
Exactly.
We've
So, yeah,
been
so
ready. Ain't
there
that
is
right,
what to
Abby?
look forward to.
We've been ready. We've been popping up to all the other Broadway cafes, being like, okay.
No, you
See you soon. No, it's just such a lovely event. So it's nice to this was a great idea. Thanks for playing it together. Thanks, Brandon, for all the editing you've done. And I don't know. I think it sounds like there's a lot of people watching, and I think that just kind of speaks to the fact that everybody kind of loves this event, but the people behind it, you know. So
Yeah, I mean, I'm gonna talk about this probably more than 10 times tonight, but the way that this community has grown over the last 10 years, like it blows my mind. We went from like, when, you know, I want to say I started coming in around 2012, it was like 30 people in the art lounge, like basement of the Siegel Center, to what it is now, like over 180 people per event. It's the way the community's grown, and that's it. The number of people tuning in tonight to be with us is really just indicative of that.
Yeah, there's a lot of people. I'm really happy to see that even virtually we're able to come together.
Yeah,
It's
it
like
really
everyone,
still feels like a community.
It's like everyone feels like they belong.
Yeah.
We belong, and so do you.
And so
Come
do you,
on,
and
Abby.
you, and you, and you. Yeah,
I love that.
I had to.
Okay. Well,
Here's
thank you guys so much.
2021.
2021, we're going to do it.
2021, 2022, 2023, all the years.
And every year after that.
Forever. Yes.
Right,
Never
Abby?
stop.
Mhm.
Yeah.
I
You
love
got it.
Thank you.
Oh,
I'm just checking my list over here. Okay, thank you so much for joining us.
beautiful.
And we're gonna, I feel like, go right into the next song.
Let's do it.
Another one I'm super excited about. This one was, I would say this was the most challenging to throw together. This one, I feel like you'll see that in the editing, but not making any excuses. But yeah, it's full of conversations. There are so many different characters, and a bunch of different people submitted for this one. So we are really, I am pretty still happy with the way it turned out. So this one is also one of my favorite songs from the show, and probably in all of musical theater. This is from Rent.
Rent.
From Rent, yes. This is La Vie Bohème.
Woo!
No, please, no, not tonight. Please, no, mister, can't you go? Not tonight. Can't have a seat.
What?
Go, please go, you. Hello, sir. I said no, important customer.
What am I, just a
You
board?
sit all night, you never buy.
That's a lie, that's a lie. I had a tea the other day.
You couldn't pay.
Oh, yeah.
Benjamin Coffin III here,
Oh, no.
Wine and beer.
the enemy of Avenue A, will stay.
What brings the mogul in his own mind to the live cafe?
I would like to propose a toast to Maureen's noble try. It went well.
Gotta have.
Was the yuppie scum stumped? Not counting the homeless, how many tickets weren't comped?
Why did Muffin...
Allison,
It's the show.
there was a death in the family, if you must know.
Who died?
Our Akita.
Evita. Mimi, I'm surprised. A bright and charming girl like you hangs out with these slackers who don't adhere to deals. They make fun, yet I am the one attempting to do some good. Or do you really want a neighborhood where people piss on your stoop every night?
Bohemia, Bohemia's a fallacy in your head. This is Calcutta. Bohemia is dead.
Dearly beloved, we gather here to say our goodbye. Here she lies, no one knew her worth. The late great daughter of Mother Earth. On this night when we celebrate the birth in that little town of Bethlehem, we raise our glass to you. Bet your ass to La Vie To days of inspiration, playing hooky, making something out of nothing. The need to express, to communicate, to going against the grain, going insane, going mad.
To love intention, no pension, to more than one dimension, to striving for attention, hating convention, hating pretension, not to mention, of course, hating dear old mom and dad.
To riding your bike midday past the three-piece suits, to fruits, to no absolutes.
To absolute, to choice, to the village voice, to any passing fad.
To being an us for once instead of a them. La vie bohème.
La vie bohème. Equipment in a pyramid. It is Maureen. The mixer doesn't have a case. Don't give me that face.
Hey, mister. She's my sister.
So that's 5 miso soup, 4 seaweed salad, 3 soy burger dinner, 2 tofu dog platter, and 1 pasta with meatless balls.
Ew.
It tastes the same.
If you close your eyes.
And 13 orders of fries. Is that it here?
Wine and beer. To handcrafted beers made in local breweries. To yogurt, to rice and beans and cheese. To leather, to dildos, to curry vindaloo. To huevos, rancheros, and Maya Angelou.
Emotion, devotion, to causing a commotion, creation, vacation.
Mucho masturbation.
Compassion to fashion, to passion when it's new.
To sun tag, to sun high,
And anything taboo.
Ginsberg, Dylan, Cunningham, and Cage.
Eddie Bruce,
Langston Hughes. To the stage.
To Uda.
To Buddha.
Pablo Neruda. To
Why Dorothy and Toto went over the rainbow to blow up NTM.
La vie bohème.
And wipe the speakers off before you pack.
yes, Maureen.
Well, hurry back.
sisters.
We're close.
Brothers.
Bisexuals, homo sapiens, carcinogens, hallucinogens, men, Pee Wee Herman,
German, white, turpentine, Gertrude-Stein, Antonioni, Bertolucci, Kurosawa, Carmina Ferrara.
to empathy, to entropy, to empathy, ecstasy, Václav Havel, the Sex Pistols, ABC, to no shame, never playing the main game.
To marijuana.
To sodomy, it's between God and me. To SAM, La vie bohème.
Wow. Oh, David.
I'm sorry. I was like,
Mr. Q.
I heard it from. I was here the whole time, and then I just left.
It's okay. I cut that song short because I couldn't make that end bit work, but you know, it worked. I think it worked. I mean, I think from the comments it worked. So thank you, everybody. Yeah. So what are we doing next? Okay.
A special.
Another special guest.
Mm-hmm.
So we are here tonight celebrating the 10th anniversary of this event. It's been 10 years since this whole thing started. So we wanted to bring Lisa Rubin, who is the artistic and executive director of the Siegel Center, on with us, as well as Mel Thompson, who's the communications manager, to talk a little bit about the history of the event and what makes it so special. Hi, Lisa.
Hi.
And Mel, hello.
Hi.
This
How you
is
guys
so
doing?
good.
I'm glad you like it.
I just did the entire La Vie Bohème with you.
Yes, I hope people are singing along at home. I wish we could like pull in everybody's at home feeds too, but
It's so much fun.
They're all upstairs watching. It's okay.
Okay, so we'll start with Lisa. I don't know if you were there at the very, very beginning of Broadway Cafe. Was it? I feel like it. Yeah, I feel like you were there from the very, very beginning.
Yes, this started with the Dora Wasserman Yiddish Theater Vienna trip.
on tour, and there was just a bar, and this happened. Like this happened, and it was actually all Elan Cunin, who's upstairs, who said, you know, there just aren't enough opportunities for musical theater performers. It's true today. I wish I could do more. I wish we could do better for that. And that we really needed a chance to practice performing.
Yeah.
You know, it wasn't just for fun or for entertainment. It was for musical theater performers to practice performing and get up there, try out material, go for those money notes in a very supportive and inclusive environment. It started in the art lounge. Maybe we had 10 people there the first time. We knew right away it was special. We required insane piano players to pull it off. And it's grown from there, really thanks to you guys. Like it is just this next generation, I guess, because it's 10 years, has just taken it to a whole other level. Yeah.
Did you ever expect it would be where it is now? Like 10 years ago, you know, starting this out, like, can we? Like,
I never expected it would draw the audience that it does.
And it does.
Draws people of all color, people of all gender orientations, people of all ages, people of all religions, and everybody's in the room together. You know, and bursting at the seams and cheering everybody on, and no one's taking themselves seriously. So it's just a very, very warm feeling, and it just gets better every time. And I remember like feeling like, who's going to show up? Is anyone going to show up? What do we do?
I still feel that way at every Broadway Cafe, even though we have like 150, 170, 200 people in the room. I'm still there every time at 7:45 being like, I hope people show up this time.
And they do. And like one thing that amazes me is that even before the show starts, we give like the sign-in sheet, or maybe not the sign-in sheet, but the sheet where you can write down
the sign up. Yeah.
I guess it's a sign-up sheet. But and it fills up. It really does so fast.
It's amazing. In the beginning, we would have people sing multiple times, sometimes 3 times, and now we're lucky if you even get to sing.
Yeah, that's it.
I remember, Brandon, you and I had to rewrite the rules. I think the first time it started, so around 2015, to make it so that it was 1 song per person, because we would never make it through the list. And we had to be like, no groups. Like, if you're singing once, that's all you get.
Yeah, that was it. Like, everybody. I remember it was like 30 people who would be there in the, in 2013-ish, 2014, like 30 people in the art lounge, and we would all get to sing a bunch of times, and it was really great. And then as more and more people showed up, that list started just getting longer and longer. The event started getting longer. Like now it runs like, I want to say 3-4 hours sometimes, and even longer with the Nuit Blanche editions.
4 hours for sure. And we're lucky if we do it. Like, I often have to kick people out at like over 4 hours. I'm like, okay, it's 12:30. You have to go. You've been here since 6 o'clock.
And it's not a job. Like
no.
What Mel does for this is not a job, and it's a reflection of her, but the entire musical theater community. Because everyone who has shown up tonight, you and Kyla and Anton and David and Anissa, oh my gosh, it's there's something that brings this musical theater just brings us together, and it's our memories that we want to relive over and over together, and it's very special, and that's why it's so strong, because it's authentic and it's full of heart and love and music, and you can't buy that.
Yeah.
Did you know that we had over 70 video submissions from the public for those public numbers? 70 video submissions. Like that's insane, you guys.
Yeah.
Thank you so much for
I remember when
videos in. We weren't sure what this would look like, and then when we saw the videos coming in, we had to figure out a way to fit as many people as possible.
Yeah. So I wanted to say I'm so happy that I was able to piece, I think, every video in. I'm super sorry if you submitted and you're not in here. Please let me know and I'll try to do something about it. But that was it. We were worried that we were like, are people even going to submit videos? And then the numbers that came back, we were just so happy. I'm so happy that we were able to pull this all together.
People miss theater, and this is such a great opportunity. Sorry, were you gonna say, Lisa?
No, I was just gonna say, and pulling it together. I know Sean and Andrew helped happen.
Yeah.
So, and I just want to do a really big shout out to the Broadway Cafe sponsors, the Pollack Foundation and the Goodman Foundation, our community building sponsor. Without the sponsors, you know, who support the overhead, and it wouldn't happen. So I just thank them as well.
Absolutely.
Yes. Okay, and so we mentioned them a little bit earlier, but the glaring kind of difference with tonight's special virtual version is that we don't have our live pianists here for this version. So Mel and I, we wanted to make sure that we found a way to highlight the amazing pianists who have made Broadway Cafe really possible. The crazy work of sight reading this musical theater, all these show tunes for like 4 hours straight. It's really an unbelievable talent that these amazing pianists have. And so, yeah, we wanted to find a way to honor them and thank them for their work. So we put together this special number. And so this is, well, I guess we'll talk a little bit more about it after, but I'll let the number kind of speak for itself for now. This is me singing live.
Somewhere where I can be heard, somewhere where I can shine bright, somewhere where I can be free to stand in my light.
Somebody hands me a mic, somebody gives me my key, somebody follows my pace, they're following me.
Guest host will put me on deck. Someone will scream out my name. Someone will buy me a drink for singing from fame. You swim or you sink.
Just like that, 10 years we just can't believe, 10 years of hitting those notes, but more to achieve than rocking the boat. It's Broadway Cafe, Broadway Cafe, Broadway Cafe. Cafe.
Some place that I can be heard, some place where I can shine bright, some place that I can be free to stand in my light and share some of me. It's Broadway Cafe. Broadway Cafe.
Somebody hands me a mic, somebody gives me my key, somebody follows my pace, they're following me like it's meant to be at Broadway Cafe, Broadway Cafe. Singing live, it's such a thrill. I'm in a craze. I know we'll kill. Shower with praise.
tune.
Somebody bring us to tears.
Somebody make us immune and quiet our fears.
Fill us with song for all of 10 years. Broadway Cafe.
Singing live.
Broadway Cafe.
Alive.
Broadway Cafe.
Won't show you. Oh, we're back.
Wow, you guys.
Yeah. That one was so fun to do.
That was amazing. I'm
Oh my
gosh.
Those lyrics. Oh my
Yes.
God.
Okay.
Yes.
So just before we, hi, Elan.
We can still hear it playing in the other room because of the lag. It's oh my God, and those pianists. Yes.
Yes. Okay. So I want to shout out.
I'm dying. This is like my favorite night in 4 months or however long it's been.
Yes, we did it.
It was amazing. I mean,
yeah,
it was amazing. You guys did great.
Thank you.
Being a part of it, Elan.
Yes. So I want to shout out. So I had this vague idea of doing a version of Being Alive from Company and replacing the words, the lyrics with Broadway Cafe. And so I reached out to Anissa to write the lyrics. So thank you so much to Anissa Cameron for writing those parody lyrics of Being Alive for that.
Thank you.
Amazing. And to David Terrio, who thought I was crazy when I was like, okay, I want to get the 6 pianists who have ever played Broadway Cafe in these 10 years together for one number. And David was like, okay, and did a 6 piano arrangement of that song for you guys all to do from home. And then we were able to put it all together. He did all the music direction, the arrangement, all the audio production. So thank you to David for that. And thank you, Elan and Chad and Nick and Chris and Ben and who am I missing?
David Noel.
Oh, and David. Oh, and you, David. The two David.
No, I wasn't saying that. I was saying David Terrio.
David Terrio, yeah.
Great job, David.
So thank you guys so much. And really, Broadway Cafe is not possible without those pianists. So we wanted to just make sure that we gave a special shout out since obviously we can't do any live piano tonight.
I also
So thank you.
You got me thinking too. You know who else is really missing from this? Our staff. You know,
Yes.
I'm thinking of Angela and Stephanie right now who run that house, and all of our ushers or everyone behind the bar. Like it's the whole thing, and this is amazing. But being back at our home is just going to be so great.
Yeah, I can't wait for the first one back after this. I hope that everybody in this, we'll have to get an even bigger room for the first one back and try to, and hopefully everybody turns out and we can just have a huge community love fest at Broadway Cafe.
Yeah, let's hope with masks.
Yeah.
Or
hopefully without.
We can do it.
Yeah, we'll see. And if ever you haven't been to a live Broadway Cafe,
yes,
keep you guys posted because we want to bring this back for sure. And obviously, we're gonna, check with safety guidelines and health is number one. But it's such a fun event. Oh, your friend.
We're all watching, and it brought so much music into our home tonight. So thank you. Thank you, Mel and Brandon and David and everyone.
Thank you.
I can't thank you enough and the whole community who's rallied behind it. It's so beautiful. I really, there are no words, just more music, please.
Yes. Well, we have more music.
Left to go.
Yeah, a few songs left. So let's keep going. Thank you so much, Lisa and Mel, for checking in, for talking about this amazing 10 years of Broadway Cafe.
Bye, guys.
Thank you
so much. Stay safe.
Yes. And let's keep going with our next song. So this one was actually pretty funny. I really expected this to be a super popular one, but actually only 3 people submitted for Music of the Night. So this is so you guys get a special, basically trio version of Music of the Night from Phantom of the Opera. So here it is.
Do it.
Darkness stirs and wakes imagination. Silently the senses abandon their defenses, helpless to resist the notes I write, for I compose the music of the night.
Slowly, gently, night unfurls its splendor. Grasp it, sense it, tremulous and tender. Turn your face away from that garish light of day. Turn your thoughts away from cold and feeling light, and listen to the music of the night.
Close your eyes and surrender to your darkest dreams. Purge your thoughts of the life you knew before. Close your eyes, let your spirit start to soar, and you live as you've never lived before.
Softly, deftly, music shall caress you.
Feel it, hear it, closing in around you.
Open up your mind, let your fantasies unwind in this darkness which you know you cannot fight.
The darkness of the music of the night.
Let your mind start a journey to a strange new world.
Leave all thoughts of the life you knew before.
Let your soul take you where you long to be.
Only then can you belong to me.
Floating, falling, sweet intoxication.
Touch me, trust me, savor each sensation. Let the dream begin, let your darker side give in to the power of the music of the night.
The power of the music of the night.
The music of the
It's been about 3 years for me going to Broadway Cafe, and it's become very, very close to my heart. It's a room full of people who are always welcoming and compassionate and supportive, and I've made some of my best friends there. And the night that I got to spend at the beginning of this season hosting it with teen heartthrob Patrick Park is one of my most single favorite memories ever.
Broadway Cafe is always a very special evening and a fun evening, and it's a place where I get to hang out with my kids. My most memorable Broadway Cafe evening, of course, was the one where I hosted with my daughter Kyla Smith, and it's always a great opportunity, and I'm always thrilled when my children allow me to perform with them.
Happy birthday!
Happy birthday, Broadway Cafe.
I'm Holly Greco.
And I am Steph McKenna. 10 years. Wow.
Wow! Wow! I was lucky enough to host Broadway Cafe with somebody that I love so deeply and inspires me every single day, David Noel.
Oh, okay.
And also, I was gonna say, my beautiful wife, Steph McKenna.
Nice save, babe. We actually got to host the Valentine's Day edition together, and we sang secondary characters. It was very cute.
It was so cute.
It was so cute.
It was really cute.
It was cute.
There's so much that we love about Broadway Cafe, but I think what I can say is I really appreciate how warm and welcoming and casual the environment is.
Yeah, and everybody is just there to support each other and hear everybody sing and just like love on what everybody's capable of doing.
And I think that we should all just sing our hearts out all the time.
You know, we should sing our hearts out all the time, like always.
So Pepper and I are here to say thank you, Broadway Cafe. Thank you for all the incredible experiences that you've offered me. The first time I actually went was about 3 years ago. Patrick Park introduced me to it, so shout out to Patrick Park for being a good friend and introducing me to what ended up being a really integral part of my singing journey. And also a really beautiful way to allow me to get to know the musical theater community in Montreal.
Amazing. So thank you so much to everybody. Just to give some context to what you just saw, we asked for people from the Broadway Cafe community to send in greetings and their favorite memory, something that they love about Broadway Cafe. So I was really I really loved watching all of those videos, and we have some more coming up a little bit later in the live stream too. So thank you to everybody for that. And on that note, tonight really is about celebration. It's really about being super happy, I guess, about the last 10 years of Broadway Cafe and how the community has grown and how we've been able to grow and evolve the community over time. And so tonight is really about celebrating that. But that does not mean that it exists outside of what's going on in the rest of the world right now. So we do just want to take a moment and address something. I'm going to turn it over to Mel, who's the communications manager for the Segal Center, to talk a little bit about what we've been, the journey that we've been, I guess, going on in the last week and a bit.
Yeah.
In making this thing. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. So on behalf of the Segal Center, I once again would like to apologize for the lack of BIPOC inclusion in this live stream. During editing and putting this together, Brendan and I noticed a lack of video submission by BIPOC singers. And when we started looking into why this might be the case, we noticed that we had not offered any songs written by BIPOC artists in the first place. This reinforced for us a sad reality that BIPOC voices in the Broadway and musical theater canon, that there's a huge lack of BIPOC voices in the Broadway and musical theater canon in general. And it opened our eyes to this blind spot that we had in terms of inclusion in musical theater, and how Broadway Cafe, while we pride ourselves on being a diverse, welcoming, and safe community for many, how we may be unknowingly making BIPOC singers feel uninvited. In our haste to address this issue, we decided to be proactive and add a number written by a Black writer, but we did not want to be the ones dictating what the number should be. We issued a public apology and asked for suggestions for the new song, as well as other suggestions on how we could do better. We had the opportunity to engage in some meaningful conversations with some of the BIPOC members of the Broadway Cafe and larger Montreal theater community. as to what this song should be and what we could do to make this live stream and all future Broadway Cafe events at the Siegel Center more equitable and inclusive. I've been working internally with the Siegel Center team to address this issue in a more long-term manner. I chose to announce the addition of the new song and a panel discussion on this live stream ahead of the Siegel's long-term plans, as we would have a short turnaround time to recruit and edit the number. These initiatives were met with mixed reactions from the community. For anyone that we may have unwillingly hurt, we are deeply sorry. We understand that this is something we should have realized sooner and that our rush to fix this oversight came off as insensitive and inappropriate. As such, we have canceled that number and the panel discussion and are instead focused on making future iterations of Broadway Cafe more inclusive. Thank you to everyone who reached out. I'm so glad you felt comfortable enough to let us know that this was not the right move. You have been heard, and I promise to do better for Broadway Cafe in the future. To those who submitted videos for If You Believe, we thank you for sharing your talent with us. I want to reassure everyone that the Siegel Center is taking all these discussions to heart. We have spent the last few weeks discussing and consulting on how to make our establishment more welcoming and accessible to all. While I cannot share our entire plan just now, I would like to take this moment to share the actionable steps that we will be taking with Broadway Cafe once we are able to return to the Siegel Center. We will be scheduling 35% of Broadway Cafe hosts of visible minority. That's about 4 out of 12 hosts. This will be an increase from the past when we have had 20 to 25%. Getting scores by BIPOC artists at the table when we reopen and working to introduce those works to the patrons via trivia games, having patrons sing from those scores, stuff like that, because we realized there's just like a lack of knowledge of popular work by Black writers.
Yeah, I mean,
go ahead.
Yeah, there's just kind of an overall lack of writing by Black writers that have made it to Broadway. And so when we were putting together the list of songs and we were kind of paying attention to what was popular at Broadway Cafe and what was would be accessible to people, that was just kind of an oversight for me and for us. So this whole, the way that the I would say the Black Lives Matter movement has really shifted toward a real look at theater and Broadway in the past week, kind of exposed that blind spot for me. And so we wanted to try to address it, and did some consulting with some people and thought that we had maybe the right way of addressing it in the short term. And we knew we had to do a little bit more long term. And so I just want to echo that thanks to everybody who was willing to speak to me on this and let us know that actually that wasn't the right way to address this. And, we're all still learning. We're all still moving forward in as inclusive a way as we can, going forward.
Yeah. And the last actionable step is that we'll be doing more social media and personal outreach to make more BIPOC artists aware of Broadway Cafe events and how they are welcomed at the Siegel. If you have any other suggestions, concerns, or feedback, I'm always around for a talk, and you can reach me personally at mthompson@siegelcenter.org. And if you have a show that you would like us to know about or that you think we should include in future possible live streams at future Broadway Cafes, please drop your favorite shows by BIPOC artists in the comments. We'd love to know more about them.
Yes. And I just want to echo that again, that please reach out, and to Mel directly, but to me, to anybody. We're still learning. We want to hear what people have to say, and it's really only because of the voices that we were able to hear on this that we were able to kind of change course and address this in what we feel like now is a more appropriate way, and move forward together. Okay, let's go right into the next song. We have another pretty popular one that gets sung quite often, I feel like, at Broadway Cafe. So this next one is from Funny Girl. This is Don't Rain on My Parade.
Don't tell me not to live, just sit and putter. Life's candy and the sun's a ball of butter. Don't parade around a cloud to rain on my parade.
Don't tell me not to fly, I simply got to. If someone takes a spill, it's me and not you. Who told you you're allowed to rain on my parade?
I'll march my band out I'll beat my drum. And if I'm found out, your turn at bat, sir. At least I didn't fake it, hat, sir. I guess I didn't make it.
But whether I'm a rose of sheer protection or freckle on the nose of life's complexion, a cinder or the shiny apple of his eye,
I gotta fly once, I gotta try once, only can die once. Right, sir. Oh, life is juicy, juicy, and you see, I've gotta have my bite, sir.
Ready for me, love, 'cause I'm a comer. I simply gotta march, my heart's a drummer. Don't bring around a cloud to rain on my parade. I'm gonna live and live now. Get what I want, I know how. One rope of the whole shebang. One throw, the bell will go clang. Eye on the target and wham. One shot, one gunshot and bam! Hey, Mr. Einstein, here I am. I'll march my band down. I'll beat my drum.
And if I'm found out, your turn at bat, sir. At least I didn't fake it, hat, sir. Guess I didn't make it. Get ready for me, love, 'cause I'm a comer. I simply gotta march, my heart's a drummer.
Nobody, no, nobody is gonna rain on my
Hello, gorgeous! Oh, Broadway Cafe. I wish I could tell you how I really felt about you. But I only have 36 expressions. Sweet as pie and tough as leather, and you get the picture. It's a lot less expressions than all of us put together. But happy anniversary, and we'll belt together again soon.
Happy 10th anniversary, Broadway Cafe. I'm sorry that we can't all be celebrating singing along in the same room while Chris or Chad or someone plays the piano, but I am really glad that the folks at the Siegel Center went out of their way to organize tonight. I hope a lot of people are tuning in. I think it's wonderful and it's a great idea. I tip my hat to you, Siegel Center, for coming up with this and for coming up with Broadway Cafe in general. One of the things that I love about Broadway Cafe is that it's a great place to just go and perform and pour your heart out into whatever song you're singing, regardless of level of experience. You could be super experienced, it could be your first time singing at all. I've seen a few performances of people who it's their first time that they ever get up and sing anywhere, and they sound phenomenal. And it's a supportive crowd. It's a really supportive, wonderful crowd that applauds you no matter what.
It was just really the first place where I had kind of discovered my people here in Montreal. And because I'm from Brazil and I didn't really know anybody here, really didn't know anyone in Montreal theater, and this was back in 2015, 2016, and then I discovered this place where we could come together and geek out about musical theater, and that was wild to me. And then it was in Broadway Cafe also where I sang live in front of an audience for the first time, and I did my first musical that year with Wista, and then I got bit by the bug, and then theater life just like took off after that. and then getting to co-host with Mel Thompson in 2017 was just the highlight. The Siegel has been a second home to me, and I'm so grateful that we have a place like this here in Montreal where we can come together to express our joy and our love for musical theater.
Yay! Yes. So thank you to those people who sent in those greetings and warm wishes about Broadway Cafe. I want to say, I feel like one of my favorite things about tonight has been just watching these comments come in. There's so much love in these comments. And I feel like it recreates that exact space that we're all talking about that we normally get to do live in Broadway Cafe, where it's just such a supportive environment. You have people, you know, everybody from professionals, aspiring, just like people who are just there for fun, singing for the very first time. Really just everybody's there and just supporting each other. That's all that Broadway Cafe is about. And so it's really been great. And I encourage people to keep commenting in, keep shouting out your friends that you see as they come up on the screen. We only have a few songs left tonight, but it's been really, really great watching all that that whole atmosphere kind of recreated in this virtual space.
And I'm so happy because I saw earlier that there was a 130-ish viewers. I don't know how many we're at now, but
yeah,
it feels like the real event, but we're all a bit
everybody from home, but still that's what we said in that song, Me Singing Live. We're all home, we're stuck at home, but we're still home. We're still all here at Broadway Cafe together, and I think it's really, really special.
Music,
show tunes, musical theater, Broadway brings everybody together.
I love it.
So another edition of this year's Broadway Cafe that didn't happen was the Any Age Goes edition. And so for those of you who don't know, Broadway Cafe is an 18+ event because there is alcohol. Oh, David's got his.
I am working on it, yeah.
Yes. So I think it was, I want to say 3 years ago, it was added to do at least one event a year that was going to be open to all ages. And it happens earlier in the evening. I think it's an afternoon-ish edition that people can bring their families together. And so we're really sad that obviously that couldn't happen this year because of the pandemic. But supposed to host that event was Kyla Smith and Sasha Wakneen. And so we do have Kyla here joining us tonight. Sasha, hi. Sasha unfortunately was away without Wi-Fi this evening, so she can't join us. But we're happy to have Kyla here checking in.
Hi guys, how you doing?
How are you?
Good, how are you?
I'm good. I hope you guys are staying cool in your suits because
it's very warm. I was gonna say at some point I feel like I'm gonna have to take this off, but
take it off. Get casual.
Yeah.
Maybe at the end.
Yeah. So what have you been up to? How have you been doing in this whole pandemic?
Surviving.
Surviving.
Like we all have been doing. Surviving. For me, it was more disappointing because I'm an educator and I teach children, and all of those shows got canceled. So I teach at the Seagull Academy, and all of the Academy shows, some of them ready to open like immediately, were just closed down. And like such a disappointment for our emerging artists and singers that are for some of them it's their first ever experience doing theater, and it was canceled, and I feel so bad for them,
Yeah.
We don't really know what is the Seagull Academy. Can you give us more about it?
Okay. The Seagull Academy is the education part of the Seagull Center where we offer Broadway classes to kids of all ages. So you can start as early as grade 2, and then we also go all the way up until there's a teen camp after school program, and they have this year they were going to do Godspell, and directed by Jonathan Patterson.
Love him. Yes.
Edward Enman. Yeah, they together had put together this amazing show. They rehearsed all the numbers, and instead of doing it live because it was canceled, they made a whole virtual version of the entire show of Godspell from beginning to end. It was
amazing.
Incredible. And all of the kids still put in all of their effort. Like they gave it their all. They showed up every week on Zoom for hours, filming shots, doing passing the pencil up through the screen. So much creativity. They were able to put it together. I was like, you go Seagull Academy. You continue doing theater no matter what comes in our way. If we could do it throughout a pandemic, then we could do it anytime.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that was really impressive.
And then I want to talk about the Seagull runs some camps usually in the summer. There's a plan for that this summer with the pandemic, everything going on. You want to talk about that a little bit?
Yes. So the Academy is still running their summer camps. It's not for a whole day. It's going to be for 2 hours a day for a week, for 5 days, basically. And that's also open to all ages. And we have tons of different things that they're offering. I know Chris Bailero is doing magic in a workshop. I know Debbie's doing choreography and doing a dance.
Wait, when he's doing magic, are you talking about magic from Pippin, or he's teaching magic tricks?
He's teaching magic tricks. He's doing Yeah.
Okay, sorry. Okay, that's another story. Chris, can you?
And I know Jonathan Patterson is doing like a workshop on audition techniques, and there's going to be like you can sign up your child to do all of these things.
You can do magic.
Amazing.
We've gotten creative with it. Yeah, me and Daniel, we're going to offer like a clowning one. There's tons you can sign up your child for. So check it out on the Academy website, because there's still ways to create theater despite this horrible situation that artists are facing right now.
As we're seeing tonight.
Yeah, creative for sure.
Yeah. So it's obviously very fitting then that Kyla, you were supposed to host the Any Age Goes edition.
I was. So last year was the first family edition, and I hosted it.
Last year.
Yeah, it was last year, I believe. I hope Mel can zing us if we're wrong. But my mother and I hosted it last year, and it was so fun. It was such a warm event. Like, we had so many people coming. We had children come up and sing. We had a woman with like her baby on her back who did this whole like Frozen thing about the ice in Montreal and like the weather, because it was in the winter last year. And it was just like, it was so amazing to see all the different people come together of all ages, and like all the young talent we have, and relatives too. Like, there were a lot of like families who were relatives who came and performed. So this year I was supposed to host with Sasha, who's actually one of my voice students. She was studying with me when she was 15. Now she's 17. And we were supposed to host this edition, but unfortunately it was canceled. And Sasha has no Wi-Fi. But hi, Sasha, if you watch this at any point in your life.
Yeah. But yes, similar to the other edition that got canceled, Any Age Goes will be back as soon as we can do Broadway Cafe safely again. I'm sure, Kyla, you'll be there to host it. And so we're very much looking forward to that. So thank you so much for joining us tonight.
Thank you, guys. Thanks for putting all this together.
Of course.
Being here, this is more than fun.
Yeah.
More than fun. Thanks, Kyla.
Thank you.
Bye.
And with that, let's move into, I'll say, one of our last songs of the evening.
Already.
Yeah, we're getting there. We're getting there. But this one was also another one, I think the second most popular. We started with our with Part of Your World, which had 17 people. This one close second with 15 people who submitted performances for this song. It's one of my favorites. It's always a favorite when it gets performed at Broadway Cafe. I want to say it's probably the #1 most performed song.
I know what you're talking about.
At Broadway Cafe. Yeah. This one is from Waitress. And it is the one that you're thinking if you know Waitress. Here are 15 of the Broadway people from the Broadway Cafe community coming together to sing She Used to Be Mine.
She used to be mine.
It's not simple to say the most days I don't recognize me with these shoes and this apron, that place and its patrons have taken more than I gave them.
It's not easy to know I'm not anything like I used to be, although it's true.
I was never attention sweet except her. I still remember that girl.
She's imperfect, but she tries. She is there, but she lies. She is hard on herself. She is broken in walls for love. She is messy, but she's kind. She is lonely most of the time. She's all of this mixed up and baked in a beautiful pie. She is gone, but she used to be.
Not what I asked for. I'm honest, I know I would give it all back for a chance to start over.
Rewrite an ending or two for that girl that I knew. Be reckless just enough to get hurt, but only intended to be known when she's bruised. Then gets used by a man who can't love, and then she'll get stuck.
Can't be scared of the life that's inside her, growing stronger each day, till it finally reminds her.
Find just a little to bring back the fire in her eyes that's been scared but used to be She is messy, but she's kind. She is lonely most of the time.
She has all this mixed up and baked in a beautiful pie.
She's gone, but he used to be mine.
Agreed. Ellen David just wrote Sugars. I just saw that. And
Yeah, that one. Thank you everybody for sending in that song. That is, I think that's one of my favorite songs. I feel like I've said that about every song tonight, but that song is just so beautiful, and those renditions of it. I wish I could have used more of everybody. Like that. I feel like we're getting little glimpses of everybody. So I do want to say, if you want your full performance back with the track, and I can kind of edit it together for you. If you were featured at all tonight, let me know. Reach out to me. DM me on Instagram. Let's say on Instagram, my handle is @Brandon J. Schwartz. Oh yeah, we also have to talk about that. @Brandon J. Schwartz. You can follow me if you want. But also, yeah, DM me. Let me know that you want your performance back, and that way you can post it on your own, and we can all see your full performance. And at the same time, I'll also say we are going to put these videos up on the Seagull social channels within the next week or so. So all of these songs that you're seeing tonight, you'll be able to see again. And so we can continue to celebrate all these amazing voices and this amazing work.
Yeah.
I do want to say, before we move any further, what you're seeing at the bottom of the screen here. So this pandemic has not been very nice to the Seagull Center, as it hasn't been for pretty much all of our theater institutions and all of our not-for-profit institutions in the world. Now is the time the Seagull Center needs our support. Thank you for showing up tonight. Thank you for showing up ever to the Seagull Center. And right now is the time to support. If you can make a donation, I encourage you, please do. If for you that means letting people know about the Seagull Center who wouldn't otherwise know. Yeah, and just and as soon as we can get back to the Seagull Center, let's all buy our tickets, and safely, when it's safe, and when the Seagull reopens, let's all buy our tickets. Let's make sure that we support the Seagull Center in this time, because it's definitely taking a toll.
I can't wait to see what's next for the Seagull. You know,
Yeah.
I was thinking about that the other day. I was like, oh wow, theater seasons, and I don't know, but I think that usually they're launched, or they would have been launched, I guess. But I was just thinking about that.
Yeah.
Like, every year, I'm just so excited to see, what the Seagull will offer. Because one thing that I love about the Seagull is that there's a chance that there might be a musical, or maybe, and or even jukebox, and shows, and just or shows with music, like the Edith Piaf amazing play. Anyway, just saying that, I can't wait. I love. Yeah. I'm not even paid to say this, but I love the Seagull. I just.
Yeah, and so that's it. I just wanted to make sure that we all are supporting, and making sure that there. I mean, there is a Siegel Center to go back to. We know that, and just that we can all put our support behind the Siegel Center when it comes time to do that, and especially right now, because it's what makes all of this possible. Right? We're talking about how amazing Broadway Cafe is, and it's because of the Siegel Center. It's because of Lisa and Mel and Kasha and all the pianists and everybody who makes Broadway Cafe possible. It's the Siegel Center.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
is this it?
Yeah, we're getting there. So I want
Thank you.
Yeah, I want to thank everybody for tuning in tonight. Thank you for all this amazing energy in the comments. And I'm really glad that we were able to gather. Even though, you know, virtually, I'm really happy that we were able to celebrate this community and celebrate these 10 years and to another 10 years of Broadway Cafe, right? Like we're going to keep moving. We got to keep moving.
Upwards and onwards, for sure.
100%.
Thank you so much for tuning in. We were a lot of people. I'm so impressed to see how many viewers we actually were.
Yeah.
I can't see everybody again. Thank you again to the Siegel Institution. Thank you, Mel. Thank you, Lisa. Thank you, Anton, Abby Long, Kyla for checking in. Thank you, Anissa, again for your lyrics, and all the pianists.
Yeah.
Do we shout them out again? Yes?
Yes. Let's do it. David Terrio, Chris Barilaro, Nick Burgess, Elan Kunin, Chad Lindsley, and Ben Kwong. You guys make Broadway Cafe possible. The work that you do is absolutely outstanding, and we really, really appreciate you. And so I want to thank David Terrio for music directing and helping us out with that number that you saw a little earlier, me singing live. And here we go. I'm very, very excited about this one.
Thank you, Brandon, for editing. You know, and
thank you. Yeah,
our other video editors as well. I forgot their name. I'm horrible. Who are there's
oh yes, sorry, Sean Sandler and Andrew Scriver. Thank you so much for all of your help getting this all together. And so I want to say that one of the first things that we did for this was David came to me with an idea, and he was like, "I have a song. I think it's really perfect for the moment." And then I think that's where this event kind of just bloomed and became this amazing special. But it was from this kernel of an idea that we wanted to make sure to get people to sing together. So we brought together all of the hosts of Broadway Cafes from this season, both the ones that were able to happen earlier this year and the ones that unfortunately were canceled. We were able to bring people together to remind everybody that while we can't gather together in real space, that we will be able to soon, hopefully, and one day we'll be able to come back and do Broadway Cafe again. And so David, do this with me. Right now, it's only for now.
Everyone's a little bit unsatisfied.
Everyone goes round a little empty inside.
Take a breath, look around.
Swallow your pride.
For now.
Nothing lasts.
Life goes on.
Full of surprises.
You'll be faced with problems of all shapes and sizes.
You're going to have to make a few compromises for now.
For now.
But only for now. For now. Only for now. For now. Only for now. For now. Only for now. For now we're healthy.
For now we're employed.
No, we're not.
For now we're happy, if not overjoyed.
And we'll accept the things we cannot avoid for now.
For now.
For now.
But only for now. For now. Only for now. For now. Only for now. For now. Only for now.
Only for now.
For now there's life.
Only for now.
For now there's love.
Only for now.
For now there's work. For now there's happiness.
But only for now.
For now discomfort.
Only for now.
For now there's friendship.
Only for now. only for now.
Amazing.
So good.
I'm so happy with how that turned out. Thank you to all of this year's hosts, whether you were able to have your Broadway Cafe happen or not. Thank you for helping us with that. And yes, I want to shout out, thank you, Kathy. I want to shout out Chris Barilaro,
yes,
who music directed and arranged and produced that whole thing for us. Amazing work. Thank you so much for your help in making this happen.
Thank you, Chris.
Yes, and thank you
tonight as well.
Yes,
you know, the viewers,
everybody. Yes, the viewers, everybody who sent in videos and made this so special. I really loved working on this. It has been a really great experience, and it reminds me, I haven't been able to come to Broadway Cafe in a little bit since I don't actually live in Montreal anymore. But it really reminded me of this amazing community and how it's grown. It's really amazing the past 10 years. And so thank you so much for making this so special.
This was such a great night. Thank you
so
much.
Thank you for doing it with me, David. Thank you for being here.
Thank you for editing and doing so much good work.
Of course. Thank you. And thank you, Mel, so much, my co-producer, for helping me do this. I've missed getting to work with you on Broadway Cafe. And it's been really great getting to work together again. And so, yeah, with that, thank you everybody for joining us. And so I want to say there's been kind of a tradition in the last few years where the night ends with Seasons of Love. You've heard little glimpses of it. The night ends with Seasons of Love, so we wanted to make sure to give that a little bit of a cue as we give our credits and thank you to everybody. So with just a little clip of a real Broadway Cafe, just so you can get a little bit of an idea what it normally feels like and the amazing love and community that we see. Here's Seasons of Love, and thank you. Good night, everybody.
Thank you, guys.